everyone, let's see if we can get this sound to work. Good morning, good morning, good morning. There should be sound now, Jill. Jill, do you hear me now? Can you hear me now, Chris? I think it's working. Trying to fix my lighting, trying to fix my sound. Jill says there's sound. Okay. So we have sound. If you could share this out onto anywhere you would like, coloring group, Facebook page, it would be awesome. Sound is good. Hey, Chris, how are you, my friend? Lots of noise happening behind me in my house today. The dogs have their friends over. So, hey, Marianne. So a lot of doggies running around today, so bear with me with the dogs. Scotland and Paisley have play dates today, so their buddies are here. Today we're working on Be Grateful. You know, I thought I was going in order of the book, but apparently I made a mistake, and I scheduled today as Be Grateful instead of Be Happy. So I don't really think it's going to be too much of a problem. And then next week we'll backtrack into the book and go to Be Happy. Hey, Rosie. So we've got this color swatch chart today. These, I'm using Marker Raffine colored pencils. Honestly, I don't know what box these are from because I took them out of the box long ago. So, I've got all of these colors here that I'll be using. I'll put them here on my swatch page. And I am basically going to be, and I've swatched all my colors here with my numbers for Marker Raffines. What I'm going to do is pretty much follow along with the page in the colored version of the book. Okay, so we're just going to give it a few minutes for everyone to get here. But today's all about being grateful. And, you know, sometimes a little bit of gratitude goes a long way. So, well, not even sometimes, all the time, wouldn't you say? And we're going to talk about that today when we get going on this color along. But we're going to be using these Marker Raffines. Of course, I've got a page popped behind here. And what I want to do first before I actually have the colored version of the hardcover. And I'm just going to flip through this. This one is really fun because it's a really nice hardcover book. And it's like a real book. I keep saying, it's like I really published a book. That's all I keep saying every time I open this book. It has the new book smell, all of it. Good morning, Mamie. So I'm just going to flip through this as we're just kind of hanging together right now. We've got these journal pages in this book, like the rest of, like the coloring book has. Of course, here's my mistake, so don't judge me here with this mistake. It's been fixed. I just don't have my fixed copy yet. But the colors, look at the colors. They're so vivid, aren't they? So vivid. And you know, the other part too about this book is that I tried so hard to make the people in the book realistic, in that they weren't skinny minis and that they had gray hair, because who feels like looking at a bunch of Barbie dolls, right? So I wanted them to be they wanted them to be very, very realistic. Be Still, this is one of my favorite ones. Be Sassy. Be Sassy. Is that the one, Chris? Is that the one you liked? Oh, wait, hold on a second. I got to turn something off. Hold on one second. Excuse me, Charlie. Like, we really need that added to the whole thing. Thank you, Marianne. It's so pretty, isn't it? The colors are pretty. I mean, even the backgrounds, it looked just like it looked on my computer. So that was the part that was exciting. Be Patient. This is actually my little dog, or my niece's dog, Charlie, that's inside this book, for Be Patient, who's here with me today. He's hanging around with us today, walking around. Boy, Scarlett's going to be the quietest today. I can't believe it. Be Sassy is your favorite, Chris? Yeah, you know, what is it? What do you think it means to be sassy? Some people think sass is like, is bad, right? But I think that sassy is more like a courageous thing. Good morning, Mary Hannah. So I'm just flipping through this. We're going to get started in just a few minutes. I was a little bit early today because it's kind of been a little bit of lot happening at my house today. Faithful. I love this one. I love this woman. I like how she just kind of says, oh, that Rosie, my little friend Rosie is here with me today too. Are you going to bark today, Rosie? Yeah? She's loud. Sorry about that. Yeah, so that's the hardcover. You know, hardcover. Somebody was talking about in a group that I belong to for publishing about hardcover coloring books, that people don't buy hardcover coloring books. Now, I guess it's because a hardcover book is meant to just kind of like sit on a bookshelf versus coloring in it. I don't know. What do you all think about that? I think it's fun. I think it's fun. I don't know if I'll do a hardcover book for every coloring book, but I think it's fun to have them every once in a while. Chris says, Chris is talking about being sassy. Sassy means to have inner strength and not take abuse from anyone. Whew. Hey, Rosie's saying bark, bark. That's Rosie, the corgi that barked, actually, who was barking. She was trying to get her 2 cents in. Should we start or should we wait? What should we do? In my world, Mary is saying sassy is cool and confident. Yeah, I think so too. I agree. Because they're courageous, they're cool, they're confident, their inner strength, like Chris is saying. And when we get to the Be Sassy page, we talked about that. I mean, just to kind of give you a little snippet here, I basically talked about explaining it as a woman who makes smart choices, is confident in her beliefs, assertive in nature, and uses her knowledge appropriately when decision making. I think that men don't like this. What do you think? What do you think, Chris? What do you think, Mary? I think they think it's like know-it-all stuff. But, you know, the book is all women. So that, I mean, it's all about women, celebrating women in this book. Yeah, exactly. So let's get started on this page today for Be Grateful. There's a lot of people already watching, so thank you everyone for watching. So we've got this color swatch chart here, which you can get free on my website. If you go to my website, Manera.com, and you click on Just Be products, you'll be able to get everything that is all about the Just Be coloring books. There's different products, there's blankets now, all that type of stuff. So we're using this swatch chart, and I'm using these colors. I've got kind of a magenta color, red, this is white because you can't really see it, green, we've got pink, which will be, hey Paula, we've got blue, we've got a couple of shades of yellow, we've got brown, purple, orange, kind of a ochre color, and a blue. So I'm actually going to get started on the woman before we, as we get coloring. And I've got my pencils sharpened. I'm going to start out with her face. And she doesn't have just like a peach skin, right? So we're going to get started with that. We're going to start talking about what it means to be grateful for something. You know, in the midst of the worst, then I think that if you can find some gratitude and find something to be grateful about, even in the worst of the worst, you know, like in the midst of the fireworks the other night. In the midst of the fireworks the other night, and you must have experienced this also, that at least I said, at least I'm living in my house. At least I have a roof over my head, so I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that I can turn up my air conditioner. I'm grateful that I can turn on the air conditioner and possibly turn up the music, that type of thing. So that's what I talked about. So let's take a look here about what it means to be grateful. So the quote that's in here, I mean, should I be grateful about Scarlett barking? I am grateful. She's laying down now. She's going to be okay. So let us be grateful to people who make us happy. They are the charming gardeners who make our souls blossom. And this is a quote from Marcel Proust. And then what I write about here is, it's so easy to trudge through each day complaining about every ache and pain, news, circumstances, and more. But being aboard the complaint train has no seats left for gratitude. Although it may seem there is not much to be grateful for, simply look around and start with the simple things in life. Expressing your gratitude towards people, things, or situations in your life will change you in ways you will never believe. It will help you feel positive emotions, improve your health, and build a stronger relationship with those around you. A warm feeling of thankfulness towards the world or other individuals is a wonderful way to live. Take a moment to list 3 things to be grateful for today. Oh boy. What can I list to be grateful for today? I think I could list way more than 3 things to be grateful for today. I'm going to start coloring this woman. What do you all think? Has gratitude changed? I'm using this marker Raffine number 554 for the face. And it's kind of this like, I guess it's like a peachy color, but I'm going to go back over it with a little bit of brown because I want her skin to be, a little tan, a little browner. You know, grateful for memories, Rosie's saying. Yeah, you know, I mean, gratitude changes you. And if you're going to walk around complaining about every little nook and cranny of your life, and believe me, I know how to complain. Family, exactly, Marianne. Here's brown. This one is number 556, which is right here. But I think I want number 553, which is this one in the corner here. And I'm just kind of doing it on its side. I'm doing it on its side. No, I'm coloring it on its side. So I can just kind of get that shading in there without being too scratchy. I'm grateful that I woke up this morning, Chris is saying. Hey, Abby. Yeah, I'm grateful that I woke up this morning too. I'm grateful that I have an air conditioner on right now. I don't know. I like it when it's cold in my house. How about you? How's the heat in Florida, Abby? All right, so there is that woman right there. Now, I'm going to go back now with her here and do a very heavy pressure, alternating between some of these browns. I love a marker Raffine pencil. How about you? These are nice. I'm grateful for marker Raffines, but grateful for your friends, Marianne is saying. You know? I mean, I think that complaining just results in more complaining, and I'm not going to say that I don't complain because, you know, everybody loves to complain. However, sometimes just stating the fact that you are maybe in pain or it's very, very hot, like Abby is saying, it's just a statement. Maybe you're not complaining about it. Maybe you're just like letting people know. But, you know, we do like to not be around the complainers. And we want to be more around people showing gratitude. It's just like when people are maybe doing something for others. So if you can just simply take some time, do something from someone else. Great. I was going to say great. 8 grandchildren and soon to be 9 for Marianne. That is amazing. So exciting. Chris is saying complaining drains your energy. I think that Scarlett complains by barking. Hey, Bev Larson. So the other day we had a, Scarlett, you've got to stop barking though, okay? Go see if somebody will give you a biscuit. I don't know if anybody will. The other day we had a painting class and got to sit with a bunch of people. A little bit early today, Bev. Sorry about that. Got to sit with a bunch of people and we worked on a painting together. That was a lot of fun, wasn't it? That was something to be grateful for. That was very, very exciting. It was a lot of fun. Learned something new, right? A lot of people learned something new. Bev was there with her capital letters. My dogs are hearing your dogs and have come over to investigate, Paula is saying. I'm grateful for waking up too, Abby. Totally, right? I'm going to take this this yellowish color, number 554. I guess it's like a peachy color. And add some strands. I mean, I guess I could do her hair like an ombre, right? Like everybody's, you know, the hot new hair color. That was a lot of fun, wasn't it, Chris? It was a lot of fun. You know, that's how I do the drawing workshops. And, well, and that painting class meets every Monday anyway. And all we do is laugh. I mean, it's a lot of laughter the whole time. So, it's a lot of fun. But that's how I do the drawing workshops, too. We do them just like that. Thought about doing drawing workshops again, but I'm not sure if anyone is interested in them. I'm going to have to give it some thought. All right, so here's the chest right here, the chest area. And now we've got this section here, which is her shirt, and I'm just going to use this pink color, which is number 516. Hey, Dawn. And I'm just going to do a simple, even pressure on the whole shirt with this pink color. And then in this middle zigzag, in our like Charlie Brown design, we'll do a purplish color. Little bit of a purple color. So lots happening in the background in my house. You may hear more dogs than usual. So Scarlett and Paisley have their dog friends over today. Scarlett apparently is protesting. I don't know what she's doing. Hey, it's okay. Go see what they're doing. Go see what Charlie and Rosie are doing. Go ahead, go find them. It's a house full, Dawn. Dawn knows what I'm talking about. Crazy dogs. All right, so this is, the other part too about this is that it does get a little these pencils get a little scratchy. I think they do anyway. What does everybody, do you think they do, Marianne? I know you're a fan of marker affines. I thought about using these Moped like really wide tip markers today, but then I realized that there wasn't the colors that I wanted, and they just didn't have they didn't have a fine tip. No. Yep, doggy play dates. You said it, Mary. There's always a surprise when there's a doggy play date. Anything can happen. All right, so there's that. This one is marker affine number 524, which is this kind of magenta color. Oh my goodness, I forgot her hands. Charlie's getting in trouble. Give it a little bit of this right here. So, I mean, what other types of things? I mean, I'm grateful for the dogs, even though they're making noise in the background. I'm very grateful for them. This one's marker affine number 534 because she's wearing blue jeans. Or, I don't know. Maybe they're leggings. I'm not sure. So I think that if you give of yourself, and that's also a way of being grateful, helpful to people, showing gratitude towards others. Matter of fact, one day Scarlett was giving me her paw, and I decided that maybe I should have taught her. I don't know what made me say. I put my hand out and I said, be grateful. And she gave me her paw. So I was going to change the give your paw to, be grateful. And she hands me her paw. She gives me her paw constantly. I never really ask, but she thinks that I need to have her paw. All right, let's give her some brown shoes. We're on the brown shoes now. And here's a little bit here. And then if you notice, this page, rather than having the green vine around it, we've got purple. So we kind of shook things up for that part of it. So let's move on to this green. And I'm leaving these little dots white. But I am going to move on to these vines, or these leaves. And I'm using marker affine number 549. Sounds like we need to be at the Westminster Dog Show. So, so we're continuing to meet every Wednesday for these color alongs for Just Be. So I hope that I hope everyone's enjoying them so far. I think, what is this? The third one? The third page we've done so far. Chris is saying, I'm so grateful for Miley. She came into my life during a really rough time and she got me through it. Scarlett came into my life like that too. I think that every pet comes into someone's life for a reason. And a lot of pets come into someone's life to save them. That's what I think. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I think that every pet I've ever had entered my life for a reason. Maybe not as a kid. Maybe I wasn't that deep as a kid, but maybe I think as an adult. Scarlett came to me after her dog died, and she I was so depressed about it, and she saved me. And then of course, I always call Paisley the whipped cream topping of life, because Paisley just like was a surprise. They came into my life. So there's our greens. And now we're ready to move on to the flowers. So we're going to start with this one right here. And I'm calling this an orange color. So it's Marker Raffine number 506. Scarlett, why are you barking? Are you not feeling any gratitude today? And you're being a complainer? Come on, no more barking. Fat chance, she says. I'm going to bark all I want. Do you ever feel like maybe your dog just needs to bark it out? All right, I'm doing kind of a light pressure as I go towards the edge of these flowers. So, I don't know if you can see this flower. I think the closed captions are above it, or are on top of it. I'm not sure. Can you see that flower? There we go. So this is just orange. I mean, it's really just kind of an orange color. And I think that if you were to take this color and maybe go with white on top of it, it would certainly soften it. So I'm going to use this one, and then we're going to go with this one. Right here. So I've got to tell you about this, what happened to me actually the other day. I've been working on this puzzle with 2,000 pieces over the past, I don't even know, couple of months maybe. I don't remember when I started it. I guess I should look at my Amazon order history, see when I bought it, and then that'll tell me when I started it. But I've been working on this puzzle, and I finally finished it. Finally finished a 2,000 piece puzzle, and I get the whole thing all set. I'm ready to glue it because I'm convinced that I shouldn't take this thing apart and just throw it back in the box, right? So I go to look, and I'm missing a piece. I have one piece missing. So I think I let it sit there for a few days, and just to kind of think about, what do I want to do? I looked everywhere. I even looked in the vacuum cleaner and could not find this piece. So finally last night I decided, that's it. We're going to have to just bite the bullet here and glue this puzzle, and I'll just create my own piece. It was an area of the puzzle that was like a green leafy area, like a little bit of like some foliage. So I decided I'm just going to create my own piece, glue it all together, and then I'll just paint my own little version of what that piece should be, right? Sounds good. So I get the whole thing taken care of. It must have taken me about an hour to glue it, because it was gigantic. It's like 28 inches by 36 inches or something crazy. 26 by 38 actually. So it was pretty big. So I glue the whole thing by placing contact paper underneath it. And that's how I stuck it together. Then I added my good old masking tape, because I love masking tape, and got that went in like the creases or something. So now I pick it up, and I'm like, boy, this is so flimsy. It's not gonna work. So I actually had some leftover vinyl floor tiles. So I put those on the back of it. Well, now at this point, it's like lead. I mean, it's so heavy. I'm like, this is not going to hang on the wall. Finally, I said, I need to get a frame. So I package up the entire thing. I put cardboard on top of it. I tape it all together. Hi Sherry, I'm using Marker Raffines. This was 2,000 pieces, Marianne. So I put the whole thing all together, and now I go to fold up this little table that I was working on it on, and guess what's under the table? The piece, the missing piece. You know, I swear that piece was not under there when I was looking for everything. As a matter of fact, I know it wasn't, because I moved the puzzle from one room to the other in order to, I just kind of dragged the table over in order to get it there. It was not there. I think it was a God thing, honestly. Sandra's cracking up. Honestly, I think that was placed by, that was a higher spirit that placed that piece there. So now I've got this little piece for this puzzle, 2,000 pieces, right? And now I'm like, now I have to make sure I keep track of it. What am I going to do with it? So I put it in this little jewelry box I have with all, like, important things. Someone placed it there, Sandra. There is no way it had been sitting there. There's no way. I mean, I had vacuumed, and it was like right there in plain sight, you know? It was crazy. So now it's like standing up. It was actually, I did take a picture of it. I'll post it in the Just Coloring group, of it completed. It's a photograph of a city in Italy, Portofino, Italy. Oh my goodness, really? Abby, you lost the card? So what happened to it? So when you do a puzzle, Marianne, do you keep it or do you disassemble? I don't like doing someone else's puzzle, by the way. You know, people say, oh, I did this puzzle, I took it apart, I'm going to donate it. I just feel like it's germy. Does anybody else feel like it's full of germs? It's like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just a germaphobe. Maybe I'm turning into Howie Mandel. But I just really feel like, I don't want to touch what someone's been touching and breathing on all this time. Who knows? I don't really know. I mean, I kind of feel like that about a library book, but I won't even go down that road. There was someone that I was telling that to, and that she said, now you've just ruined my entire library experience for the rest of my life. Make a necklace with the piece? No, I'm gonna put it back in because I'm gonna frame it. Do you agree with me, Sandra? See? How do you know who's touched it? What does your sister use for the glue, Marianne? I have another puzzle too that I might start. I'm not sure, but I have a couple in my shopping cart on Amazon. All right, we're gonna move on to number 512, the red, and I'm gonna do a nice heavy pressure. The other puzzle I have is 1,000 pieces, I think, and it's actually like a room with all famous paintings. So it's like doing a bunch of different puzzles. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that one or I'm going to go with a couple of new ones. I'm not sure. Anyway, they're relaxing, right? It's a relaxing thing to do. But I'll tell you, this 2,000 piece puzzle, when I got to like the last 100 pieces, it was a struggle. I was hoping that someone would come over to my house and finish it. It was in a safe place, Abby's saying. Found it 3 days later in with some coloring books in a magazine container. Isn't it amazing? Well, I had lost a ruler one time, this 18-inch metal ruler. And I was convinced that I had thrown it away. I mean, really, I could not find it. I don't really have room to hang them either, so I don't know where I'm hanging this because it is gigantic. I mean, I really don't know. I guess it would be nice to donate the completed puzzle that is glued to somewhere, right? Maybe like a senior center or something, or I don't know. I guess maybe someplace would be interested in, or a library maybe, and they could hang it. So I don't know if I'll keep it or not, but plus I was going through there was a lot happening in life while I was doing that puzzle. So, when you're working on something, and does this happen to you? You're coloring something or you're creating something, and then maybe you're thinking of something while you're doing it, and then you go back to that thing, back to whatever you completed, and you remember what you were thinking about. Does anybody else have this happen to them? So I don't know if I want to look at that puzzle and remember what I was thinking about. A thrift store. Oh, true. Oh, you mean all glued? There's not a lot of thrift stores around me. There was a Salvation Army close by, and they closed, and now they are an online fabric store. It's weird. You can't even go inside, which I wish you could. Nothing like the Salvation Army. Some of them have gotten really up in price though, haven't they? What kind of glue did she use, Marianne? I'm going to give this a quick sharpen. Hold on a second with my electric pencil sharpener. Okay. These are nice and soft if you've never used a Marco Raffine before. All right, so yeah, so grateful. I mean, I was grateful that I was able to complete the puzzle, but I wasn't really grateful that I couldn't find the piece. Did you ever finish the? I've never. No, Marianne's Ashton. Did you ever finish a diamond painting? I haven't. Isn't that awful? You know, Marianne, it really hurts my eyes, and I don't know what it is. I've done some notebooks, like some little journals. Actually, I've done those. Oh, all right, puzzle glue. Well, I used contact paper because I saw that I could buy like these sticky sheets to put on the back of it, so that's what I used. Because I had a whole roll of it. So I figured, why am I wasting my money? I can just use what I already have. It's probably the same thing. Yeah, I haven't finished that diamond painting. I don't really see many people diamond painting much anymore. Are people still diamond painting? Is Tammy still diamond painting? Scarlett says she likes diamond painting. Apparently she wants to say something. I don't know what. Boy, these pencils, I haven't used these in a while, and every time I use them, I do say, I think these are my favorite. You know? Even more than, well, they're even softer than Speer Farben. And I have them in this little zipper case that was sent to me by a colorist. Oh, I know what I wanted to show everybody today. I don't know if everybody here has gotten them yet, but I have been sending out autographed stickers to put in your coloring books because people asked if I could autograph their book. Do I use a light table for my diamond painting? No. You think I should, Abby? I have one.
It's okay, Scarlett. It's fine.
So I have these stickers now. If anyone is interested, let me know. Send me a message if you are interested in any of these stickers to be sent to you. They're a little smaller than some of them that I sent out, but they're more of a vinyl, and I'm sending them out with my autograph on them so you can put them in your books. They're free, by the way. So if anybody's interested in these little stickers, let me know and I will mail them to you. I'm actually doing a mailing tomorrow or Friday, so just let me know if you are interested in any of those. I know some people watching have already gotten them. Tammy is the queen of diamond paintings. I know, so is Sharon, and Melody Jones also does a lot of diamond painting. So there's a lot of people in our group. Aren't they adorable, Paula? Did I send you any, Paula? I feel like I did. Did I send them to you? All right, I'll have to try the light table. I don't know. Mary Ann's granddaughter Ireland has become my super fan. I'm convinced of it. I think it's a riot, Mary Ann. It cracks me up every single time. I love it. Matter of fact, I have to email her today, but I'm gonna start with this one right here now. This yellow flower, and I'm using number 504. Yeah, send me a message, Paula. I'll send them to you. I'm actually meeting with this girl, this 14-year-old kid from England. I think she's from England, who wants to create a coloring book. So we're supposed to have like a little meeting, and I'm going to help her answer her questions, look at her artwork, and let her know what she needs to do so she can publish her own coloring book. So we had a couple meetings scheduled, but I don't know what happened. I have to email her and get a different date. But it's going to be exciting. All right, so this is our yellow. Yellow's a happy color, isn't it? Oh, Abby, definitely. Message me with your address. I mean, I have people's addresses if you ordered from me on my website, but I don't really, well, I mean, I could go look, but I'm lazy. So do I have to go look? If you just send them to me in a message, then I'll just be able to copy and, write it down from there. And I'll copy an envelope. I'll just write it down on an envelope, pop it in the envelope for you, and mail it to you. I mean, they're kind of small. These are kind of small, but these are adorable because they're more of a vinyl, like a little vinyl sticker. I like them. I think they're cute. I had them professionally printed because I started printing some like I sent to Marianne, and to, I think, I don't know, which ones did you get, Sherry? Did you get did you get the ones that were the bigger ones? Yeah, definitely, Abby. I wanted to just kind of print them at home, but I went to look, and I had like, oh my God, I think I mailed out maybe about 60 of them so far. So let me know how many you need, Abby. All right, so this yellow, I'm just kind of filling, I'm not going like close to the edge because I want it to look like it has a little bit of depth. So I'm kind of just filling in the middle part. Does that make sense? I think I need to do a quick sharpen though. And then I've got the middles of these, which I'm gonna go with this color here, this number 554. That's the color that we used. Remember we used this on the face. I'm going to do it for this one. For the reds. And then I'll use this yellow color in this part right here. So, as I'm working my way around, I'm going to go back with the bright yellow on this flower. And of course the middle, you know, the middle I thought about breaking out maybe watercolor for the middle, or I guess we could just go with color pencil though, right? Sometimes it's just easier to stick with the same. And let me know what type of mediums you would like to see for the rest of the pages. But, you know, I mean, I think this whole excuse me, be grateful is a great message for kids today. Or, look at that flower, it doesn't have a line in it. Well now, when I was piecing this all together, what happened? There's nothing worse than finding a mistake after it's been... Isn't she adorable? This book is a great message for kids. I don't know. I mean, what's happening to this world, right? What's happening to this world where kids are crazy. Kids are crazy. This is what they need to learn. They need to learn everything that's in this book. How to be grateful, how to be sassy, how to be honest, how to be faithful. So that's what this was all about, was all of the core, kind of the core principles of life, I guess, right? I hope that we can kind of like shift our focus in life to these core principles. I mean, I guess if you know, guess what type of school your kids go to. I mean, or who's teaching them, right? Who the parents are. All right, so there's our yellows. Now I've got this other color in my hand for my red flowers, which is Marker Raffine number 554. No names on these pencils. I would call this a peach color. I gotta say, this is one of the colors where something does not look like what it, like the end of it does not look anything like when you color with it. But I think for the most part, Marker Raffines are pretty true to color. What do you think? All right, now I've got the centers of all of these, and those are pink. I don't know what happened to my screen just now. I don't know what happened. Oh, there we are. Okay, that was weird. First of all, a spider started crawling. My grandsons love your book. Thank you so much, Sherry. There was just, my computer just went black, and there was a spider hanging, like about here. right above her face. A little teeny tiny spider. I don't know what's happening to my computer, but it's doing very, very weird things right now. What is happening? Now it's turning black. What is going on? All right, even us when we're mad or have hurt feelings, look through this book. I agree with you, Rosie. That's a good point. Alice is saying it's a great message for everyone. We can always be reminded of how grateful we are or should be. Exactly. And, sometimes it doesn't feel like it. Sometimes in the worst of the worst, maybe you have something bad happening or you're having a stressful day or, but, there's always something to be grateful for. What is it? Is it 8%? What is the number? That 8% of the world's population, is it that low still? Have a roof over their head, something to eat. Some places in this country do not. Think about where we live. We complain about this country, right? We complain about where we live, things that happen. I'm going to color this with some orange in the middle. Yeah, Miss Muffet on the spider. I'm surprised I didn't scream. Did you hear me clap my hands just to kill it? I killed it. This morning, I was upstairs in my house. I don't even know what I'm going to walk into after we're done with this. But this morning, I went upstairs, and I swear I heard a bird. I don't know if there's a bird flying around upstairs in one of the rooms or what is going on. But we shall see what happens. I'll have to get my butterfly net and to catch it. All right, so here's my purple. And we're going to do this vine area back here. And I'm just going to do a heavy pressure and get those little areas in between so it really kind of just pops. And then we'll take a shade of blue and we'll color the middle section. Oh, my pencil just broke. Hang on a second. Yeah, so be grateful, It's hard. It's hard sometimes. And what's interesting is it feels like it's hard at times, but it's actually very, very easy to be grateful. I guess in the midst of it, it doesn't feel like it, right? In the midst of turmoil. But this is a good way to be reminded that just a little passage that was written, just a little bit of something that I wrote about it, just to kind of let people know, oh my goodness, what is happening to my computer now? This computer that I'm using, when I'm doing a live video, I am filming with my phone, just to give you kind of like a little bit of some info on what's happening behind the scenes here. I'm filming with my phone with an older iPhone actually, and then I have my regular iPhone. I just kept it when I traded it in when I upgraded. So I'm filming with my iPhone and it's sitting on top of this metal shelf. I'll have to take a picture of the behind the scenes to show you. Sitting on this metal shelf. So it's filming down, so it stays. Oh, Marianne. Oh my goodness. Thank you. So it's filming down, and then I'm watching the comments on my desktop computer in front of me. Well, one of my desktop computers, because I usually use an iMac desktop computer, like a 27-inch screen. But a couple of years ago, my mom decided that she needed to get a computer that was with a larger screen. So we bought this Dell 26-inch, I think it's 26-inch computer. It's touch screen, the whole bit, right? So we buy this computer, I think it was like, I don't even remember, maybe $200. It was really, really, really cheap. with keyboard, the whole bit, right? Okay, we get this thing delivered. The next day, a second one arrives. So now we've got these two computers sitting in front of us. So we go to, neither one of them worked properly. Both of them had a problem. One of them did not have a stand, but it worked fine. Neither one of them could connect to the internet. So we would have had to buy something to pop in the back of it to connect to the internet. The other one was missing the keyboard and the mouse. Okay, so we call Walmart and say, these are our problems with this computer, blah, 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 blah. They said, okay, pop it back in the box. Send it to us. We'll give you a full refund. I said, okay, well, what should I do with the second computer? How do I refund that? Because I can't, get that. They had no record of the second one being shipped to me. Guess what they told me to do? Keep it. So, told me to keep it. So I kept this computer. She really told me to keep it. It was like, I even called back. I said, you sure? This is crazy. How do I bring it back? So we have no record of it even being shipped to you. Just keep the computer, and that's the end of the story. So we kept it. So now I use it for when I'm doing color alongs in my videos, and it's in front of me. But it doesn't have a stand. So here's this monitor, this screen, that sits here. And several times, many times, it just will fall. Everything will just fall over. So, but I'm grateful for this computer that cost me $0. So how amazing is that? I've got to catch up to my comments here of what's being said. Marianne's making me feel like I'm choked up. I am grateful for you and all that you do for us. Marianne, thank you so much. Mary, you're so right. We use less energy being grateful. That's a good thing. And Chris was saying, I was just going to say that to Mary. Great minds think alike, right? Alice is saying, I don't know about you, but when I'm feeling so bad for a long time, I have to remind myself what I have to be grateful for and how my health situation isn't as bad as others, and I should be grateful and stop complaining. Oh, I totally agree with that. The other thing that happens to me along those lines, Alice, is that I will... Did the screen freeze, by the way? I don't know. Okay. No, it didn't. The other thing that happens to me, I don't know about all of you, is that I will... Did the screen... Okay, we're sure. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I will, I don't know, feel horrible, right? Have a miserable day. And then somehow, like that puzzle piece... Is it fine, Paula? It was weird. I don't know what happened. Somehow, like that puzzle piece that I found, just someone that, like a higher power placed on that floor for me, all of a sudden I'll be presented with somebody in front of me that is in a far worse situation than myself. So that makes me say, what in the world am I complaining about? I have nothing to complain about. Look at this person, or look at this situation. So that's, I think, the reminder that I get, or the sign that I get that says, stop your complaining, and just move on. Okay. So let's take another look at what's written here before we continue to color the background here. But look at her in their jeans giving that little, I am grateful and I'm humble about it. You got to be humble about it also. Let us be grateful to people who make us happy. They are the charming gardeners who make our souls blossom. And that's a quote from Marcel Proust. And then I went on to write, it's so easy to trudge through each day complaining about every ache and pain, news, circumstances, and more. But being aboard the complain train has no seats left for gratitude. Doesn't make you want to say, choo-choo? It does to me anyway. Although it may seem there is not much to be grateful for, simply look around and start with the simple things in life. Expressing your gratitude towards people, things, or situations in your life will change you in ways you will never, ever believe. I added never. It will help you feel positive emotions, improve your health, and build a stronger relationship with those around you. A warm feeling of thankfulness towards the world or other individuals is a wonderful way to live. Take a moment to list 3 things that you are grateful for today. And people start gratitude journals, right? I'm going to go with this number 534, blue, for the background, but I'm going to put it on its side. People start gratitude journals, and they list every day what they're grateful for at the end of the day, or maybe they list the things that they want to do for the day, or what went right for the day. That's kind of a thing to be grateful for. Too structured for me. I think I just need to kind of sit with my thoughts, but I'm not really a journaler. So, but for some people it works well. Some people will like to sit and they say, this is what I'm grateful for. And I actually have a few gratitude journals available on Amazon. I'll have to pop some links. So I think that you could be grateful for the simplest thing in life. You could just be grateful for clean drinking water. Well, that might not be very simple, right? That's actually a big deal because a lot of people don't have clean drinking water. You could be grateful for maybe the shoes that you're wearing, or your favorite socks, or maybe you're grateful for the sun shining today, or maybe you're grateful for the rain. Could be a simple thing. You could be just grateful for your dogs that are around you. Rosie, my little friend Rosie is next to me. Don't jump on Scarlett. Okay. She's just moseying around. Grateful for just maybe the sound. Marianne says, I believe in diaries and journals. Yeah, I used to. But then I said to myself one day, maybe it was after I watched Bridges of Madison County. And I said to myself, when I die, who is going to read these? And do I want them reading them? So one day I decided to burn them. So I took all of the journals, and I have one of those old brick fireplaces in my backyard. And I lit a fire and burned them all. It was interesting. Does anyone else feel like they are afraid of who might read them? Grateful for your garden. Yeah, exactly. Grateful for so much, right? There's this woman in my neighborhood that a few times I'm grateful that I can still sing. Oh, awesome, Sandra, right? What an energy mover, too. What a way to move the energy into just kind of move that energy around and just kind of clear it, I always feel better when I sing. I sing just for fun, though. All right, so here is just my finished page of Be Grateful. Grateful for all of you watching. Grateful for all of you. I mean, I've been doing this for 7 years. A lot of coloring book artists have come and gone. And I get the question a lot from a lot of people. Why have you stuck around? Or how are you sticking around? What's keeping you going? And I gotta say, doing a live color along and interacting with all of the people in the coloring group and all of the people that follow me on my Facebook page, and on YouTube, actually, really, that's what keeps me going. That's what motivates me. It's hard to be an artist and just kind of sit there in silence, all by yourself, drawing something. It feels weird. It feels like it's not real. Paula says, I can relate to the journaling. I have started a million times and then come across a book years later, and I think to myself, what was I thinking? Right? Exactly. Although, one thing that I did write down as a journal was when I had a COVID vaccine back in... I don't remember when it was, but I had a COVID vaccine, one of the vaccines, and I had written down my symptoms, and I actually had looked back at that, my side effects, and I looked back at that, and I'm glad that I wrote that down, because then I had a booster shot, and then I realized, okay, I really am okay, because this is just kind of the side effect. Alice is saying, Sandra, when I sing, my son always says I sound like a duck. Well, his hearing is bad then. I think everybody's voice is beautiful. What do you think, Sandra? Mary says, fortunately, social media is now everyone's... unfortunately, Social media is now everyone's open diary. I know. I'm glad that I didn't live as, I don't know. I'm glad that social media wasn't around long ago. And I had to, like, be documented. Yeah, he shouldn't be thinking that. Tell him that he just is not hearing it properly. Hearing your voice properly. You know? I say, no matter what your voice sounds like, you just sing. Right? It clears your throat chakra. It clears the energy in your throat. See? Everyone has a beautiful voice. I knew Sandra would think that. I knew it. All right, my friends. Here we go. So we've got this page finished. Be grateful. Next week, we'll meet again here again on my Facebook page at 10 a.m. on Wednesday, July 13th. Can you believe it? July 13th. And we'll work on this page with the words from Be Grateful. And then the following week, we will work on, we'll backtrack and we'll work on Be Happy. Because I don't know why that happened. The whole book is not in any particular order. But that's where we'll be. I took my singing money and took art classes. Well, there you go. You still found a way to express yourself, Abby. Right? Still found a way to express yourself. I think that a fine artist versus a performing artist, like an artist or like someone that works with paint or any type of fine art, has a different attitude than someone who sings. Alice says, I just laugh at him because he takes after his mom. So I guess that you should both sing together, right? Hey, thanks so much, Paula. Thanks for watching. Thanks for taking time today out of your schedule to meet with me. And I will see everyone next week on July 13th at 10 a.m. We'll be working on the Be Grateful page with just the words. Okay? Have a great day, everyone.